What do you think he weighs right now?
Maybe like 165, 170, probably. Yeah. He look kind of big. Look like he got some size on him. Don't matter. Size don't win fights. Skill win fights.
Okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit to another familiar name, Shakur. He said Haney ducked him. What's your response to that?
Come on, man, you know better. You know better than that. Obviously, you can't say that someone has ducked you when you have an offer on the table. Although someone might look at it and say 25%, when you're talking about 25% of say 16 million, that's $4 million. Of course, $4 million is more than Shakur has ever.
That's a lot of money.
Consistently says one thing, says everything, but let's fight. You got
a lot of money. If you talk about a fight being double that or anything like that, well then you can obviously that would be $8 million for him. I think that I don't want to say anything bad about Shakur, but I don't think that he wanted that fight. I don't think at 50%, that keeps saying 50-50 and you don't have a belt.
Consistently says one thing, says everything, but let's fight. You got
that's something that you want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. What I did was, when we first initially talked, we talked about a flat fee. So I asked Mr. Stevenson and, through the attorney over at Top Rank, that's what Shakur opted to speak to the attorney and have the attorney call me, right? Let me wind it back.
Hey man, listen, they do everything but say let's fight. I mean, do we need to give any explanations when they're going back and forth with Ryan Garcia, or when you have a fighter like Shakur that don't nobody know about become a name off of what he did to you, going to 12, or you know what I mean? There's so many different scenarios that.
So. Shakur supposedly sent Devin some bottles.
Okay.
At a club.
Yeah,
right?
that was that.
Infamous everything.
Yeah.
Devin asked me, what's going on? What are you talking about sending some bottles? Now, prior to that, we had been talking to Top Rank, the Top Rank lawyer had been calling me and we've been talking. No contract, no numbers, no.
But the one thing that you never hear him say is, let's fight now. Not tune up, not, you know what I mean, not when you get a belt, not, after you get out the contract. No, I said now. You don't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
None of that kind of stuff had been presented. Devin asked me, what's up with the bottle? What's up with this? I called the Top Rank attorney and I said, hey, what's up with this? He said, I'm gonna reach out to Shakur and see what's going on. He says, no, Bill, I don't have an offer for you, right? He comes back to me. I said, well, this is easy, right? I said, you just gave Devin 2.8 to go across the water and Devin had one belt. Shakur doesn't have a belt. So I said, well, 2.8, doesn't that sound about right? He says, no. He came back, he said 50%. I came back, I said, no, we're giving a little bit more than that, maybe 3 point something, 3 point.
But the one thing that you never hear him say is, let's fight now. Not tune up, not, you know what I mean, not when you get a belt, not, after you get out the contract. No, I said now. You don't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
5, something like that. He said no. He came back 50-50. I then told Dev, I said, man, dude don't want to fight. He said, what is he talking about? I said, he's saying 50-50. I said, Dev, 50-50 is crazy. That don't sound like the guy who wants to fight at all. He said, have you ever heard some shit like that? I said, no. So I did my research, my due diligence, looked up other fights to see what percentages have happened in different fights. And I saw 80-20 with Usyk and Dylan White. And then, so I researched some more and I saw 75-25 with other fighters, but it was only involving one belt.
Hey man, listen, they do everything but say let's fight. I mean, do we need to give any explanations when they're going back and forth with Ryan Garcia, or when they make, you have a fighter like Isaac Cruz that don't nobody know about become a name off of what he did to you, going to 12, or you know what I mean? There's so many different scenarios.
So I told Dev, right? Dev said give him the 25%. I called Top Rank's attorney now. I said 25%. He called back to me and he says, look, we need to start going another way. Start talking about some other options. So I didn't think nothing of it. Shakur started talking shit and came out and said, well, you know that I wasn't going to sign the 25%. And Devin said, openly, he said, sign the contract. That's what he said, you know what I mean? And we waited a few more days, nothing. Then we go and start talking about...
Consistently says one thing, it says everything but let's fight. You got
finalizing finalizing the Regis Prograis deal.
Yeah.
I hear this shit come back up with the Shakur Stevenson shit, but I always heard, and they always got information. Every message came from that gentleman was he wasn't doing the fight unless the fight was 50-50.
So I guess that's when the talks just...
There was no more talks. There's never been any realistic talks on his part to me.